cool. It's on recording. Yeah. Well, I got it propped in the corner back here just so you can look down through this way. Hope I'm in screen. Don't know. But, so, this is what I'm doing. I'd like to be able to set up a time lapse where I can just show myself walking around the floor and screwing off. I need to get a tripod. I need to get a thing, because, you know, I'd like to be able to walk around. I don't even know if it's recording sound. I might just be about, I might have to be doing a voiceover on this. I'd like to be able to walk down here, and then I can talk. It could be crappy audio. You could shoot better, you know. I don't know. I don't know how you guys do this YouTube thing. It's just complicated as hell. And dude, the camera makes you look so fat. I mean, Jesus. Damn, I need to shave. Anyway, maybe I'll use this, maybe I won't. Anyway, it might be entertaining. Alright, so we're recording. This is why I had to pull the toilet back up. This is after sweeping. But you can't, I'm too far away right now. Let's kneel down here and yeah, ain't nothing holding that toilet up but imagination and wishful thinking. I'm pretty sure that's what they built this out of to begin with. Yeah, all that's got to be replaced. Really, Fleetwood? I don't know. They put this stuff in some road beds nowadays. Okay, that's what I'm dealing with. Well, it's going to break out a vacuum cleaner or a flamethrower. I'm not sure which one. Whatever. Cool. Welcome back to Potato Cam. Potato Cam. Can't even be sarcastic. So, after a whole lot of mouse house removal and rotten wood removal and a little bit of profanity, this is what I'm left with. That is the top of the black tank. That is a piece of styrofoam. That little bit over there is some plywood that was mostly dust and imagination. Still need to remove some of that. That, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see here if we can get it. Yeah, that's the ground. Yeah. So, go figure. Yeah. Back to cleaning. Well, after some trimming, some vacuuming, and then thinking about this for a little bit, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to fix this. Because the destroyed plywood is water damaged severely. And even though that foam is still there, the plywood under it, that's supposed to be between it and the metal sheeting that's actually underneath everything, that's rusted through in places. There's nothing to screw down to put boards in. I was thinking about cutting some 2x6s because amazingly pressure treated lumber is the same thickness as that styrofoam, and filling that hole in around the flange with pressure treated lumber. But there's nothing to attach the lumber to. So I'm sort of thinking about how I've actually thought about some spray foam. So that's foam in a can, you know, and then fill it up, then shave it down, and then lay some of this, like what they're doing right here with this 1/4 inch POS, something better than that, and just because that's the whole idea. This flooring is going to be The linoleum's going to be covered up with just some dang floating click down tile floorboard type stuff from the Home Flippo. But I got to have something structural around that flange, because you can't just be sitting on the dang flange attached right to the top of the black tank, unless you want your butt to wind up in the black tank at some point. I mean, that's a thick tank, but anyway, I got to do some cogitating on this. Alright, got half of it tore out. This is what I'm running into. I got boards over there replaced under the flange. This piece over here was under board like this, just screwed down into the styrofoam down there. And if I kneel down here, you can see the little mouse houses that have been chewed through all of this. Now, I can rip this out. Problem is, I rip this out, I'm going to be looking at the ground down there. Some of it's good, some of it's still water damage. This is what you run into with these things. Sometimes you just got to stop. Sometimes you just got to stop tearing shit up and question, am I trying to rebuild the Taj Mahal here, or am I just rebuilding a fishing camper? You know, something that's, it's not going to be dragged down the road at 80 miles an hour, which you shouldn't do with a camper anyway, but or is this something that's going to be mostly sitting around, somebody sleeping in if they're in the doghouse or something? You know, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Truthfully, this whole thing needs to be ripped apart. Honestly, if you took away everything that is completely just messed up in this thing, you'd have a set of frame rails. It's, you know, so you got to pick your battles. I got an idea what I'm going to try. I've actually got some stuff that's going to go down over top of this that I'm actually going to put on this other board here. And I think I'm going to try to epoxy stabilize this foam and linoleum and a little bit of these boards on top of this black tank. Because the thing is, these boards are sitting on top of some rails and black tank over here. Over here, there's nothing but some frame rails. There's nothing to tie into that's, you know, so I don't know. Let's check a second here. Don't get old, people. There's some plywood, some flooring stuff here. Yeah, big old industrial floor tiles that I gotta glue down. Nice high traction. It's rubber type stuff. And what'd I do with that? Yeah, big old buckets of glue. The industrial stuff, I don't know. It's green. That's dynamic. What's that other stuff? Some weird number. Anyway. Well, progress. I decided, what you can't see, which I did in video, was that some of this stuff right here, I cut a bunch of that and laid it down on the very bottom so that the glue and stuff will just not run right through the ground. Sealed the holes up with that, then laid everything else down back on top of it. Took some of the extra foam that I've ripped out in other places, filled in the big holes. Now to fill all that in with glue or something. Oh Lord. Yeah. Well, we're gonna find out real quick if that's gonna work. I'm up. Whatever. There's something funny. I first picked these up, I was looking at them like, oh cool, they got traction grips on them. That'll be good for the bathroom. And I've been working like this, you know, making my cuts and stuff, laying it down. Then I got to thinking about it. It's like, this is meant to be glued down. So while I was cutting this hole out for the flange in the bathroom here, I flipped this over. That sure looks like textured concrete to me. Yeah. Pay attention to what you're doing. You know, fortunately for me, the hole is symmetrically square in the floor. So even after I cut it and then realized, oh wait, it still fit. Just flipped it over. It ain't glued down yet. I'm just test fitting it. I gotta use a bunch of filler and glue and leveler under that, but probably shouldn't. Well, I had to screw the flange down to see if I was going to get the right spacing to, because the toilet sits on the flange and it's supposed to, got to be an exact thing. It doesn't have a lot of damn go down thing, or you're going to be sitting there with the toilet wobbling back and forth. And it's plastic, so it's going to break. I mean, they say, I don't think the standoff is good enough, but some people actually put real house toilets in these things. I don't think there's enough standoff between the back wall and the center of the hole to put a regular house toilet in here. I don't want to do that. There's no way you'd put that much weight on top of that black tank with the subgrade floor. It's interesting enough, though, one of these things here costs as much as a regular house toilet. You know, the El Cheapo, regular, run the mill. This is all plastic. Go figure. Just in case you're curious, it's an Aqua Magic 5, which is direct replacement for one of the little short squat things that almost look like a cassette toilet. But you have to match it to your application. And this ain't the only one. That's a Thetford. There. Yeah, there's even a barcode. I don't think I'm doxing anybody with no. Well, whatever. But yeah, pay attention. So that's one thing. Ooh, I gotta clean up a whole lot. I got 2 buckets of this stuff. I got some dynamic stuff, which is, you know, all kinds of stuff. That's for like carpet and whatnot, and this is for like this stuff here is for putting out fiberglass panels. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a little bit of testing with both of them, see which one has the most least runny and may actually give me the finish I want. If I was going to do it right, I really should get leveling compound and just level that whole thing out. Self-leveling compound. It wouldn't do much good because the trailer isn't level. It's just sitting on the tongue and the axles. So leveling compound wouldn't even go in level. So yeah. There's a fun fact. Carpet glue is sticky. Yes. Just probably read the instructions before you start doing things so that you know that when you're doing it and it's still wet, get a soapy, spongy water thing. You know, one of these. Then learn English. You know, even if it is your first language. And then try to shoot a YouTube video while you're, you know, trying to keep the walls from looking like some ectoplasmic monster just blowed a loogie on it. Also, confined spaces and fumes. I think they go together just fine. Makes you see all kinds of nice, interesting colors. Yeah, I might have to replace that PEX. So, always know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with it. And then just don't let not knowing what you're doing stop you from doing it. The worst thing that could happen, you know, dumpster fire. Or die. You know, either one.